Thank you to our sponsor, miraclesmanifestorhoodies.com. I truly love the quality, colors, and meaning behind these zodiac sign sweatshirts, as well as the mission and purpose of the brand, which is combining the power of positive thoughts and manifestation with the highest quality clothing, styles, and fashion to keep everyday inspiration, motivation, and the energy of optimism alive in you. So go ahead and make this sweatshirt your new lucky charm and use coupon code Nadiya at checkout. Links are in the description below. Hello, fabulous superstar Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2022. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. It is going to be this month that we will start the month on a new moon, have the full moon in the middle of the month, but then end the month on a celestial event that is getting a whole lot of attention. And that is a solar eclipse happening hand in hand with the most romantic day of the year. So there's so much to talk about here. Let's start at the beginning. On the first of the month, we are going to have this month's new moon. And yes, technically a solar eclipse is a new moon, but I consider that a jacked up new moon that we are going to end the month with. But at least as we start the month, the energy is a little bit more calm in some sense. The new moon is happening in fellow fire sign Aries. This is a part of the sky for you that is decidedly worldly. It has to do with understanding your place in the world, literally or figuratively. It speaks to long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, legal matters, political matters. All of that is covered here. And so we are going to have this very important energy of this new moon hand in hand with Chiron and Mercury. I find this to be quite profound, especially for you, because it speaks to, on the one hand, that Chiron energy, which is vulnerability, feeling exposed, and given how worldly this part of the sky is, feeling exposed to the world in some way. But we've also got Mercury speaking to communication and ideas and talking things through. Because this part of the sky has to do with the political and philosophical beliefs that guide your life, I have to say, it is possible that you may express some opinions or beliefs that have you feeling vulnerable in some way. It might be more personal that you express them. It might be online, for example, but in some way it leaves you feeling exposed and it leaves you feeling vulnerable. Perhaps it's the reactions that leave you feeling vulnerable. And yet you'll be able to understand whatever you feel, and also to understand what kind of sharing or expression of what you believe feels right to you by having someone that you can talk things through with at this time. For others, this energy is going to be more involved with certain institutions you may interact with, like your interactions with an institute of higher learning, you needing to have certain conversations in that space that leave you feeling vulnerable or uncertain or exposed. Also, for example, if you're involved in a legal matter, if you're involved in an immigration or citizenship matter, again, we have that sense of you feeling very aware of the complexities of what you feel. But at the same time, knowing that you can have a greater depth of understanding and work through any vulnerability by having someone that you can talk to and moving through it. Now, ultimately, this is a new moon. It represents a new beginning and a new understanding. And that new understanding may end up being tremendously valuable to you. How much you choose to share or not is always up to you to decide in light of your unique circumstances. Now, as we navigate further in the middle of the month, and on the 16th is when we will have this month's full moon. That full moon will be speaking in supreme harmony with Saturn. Now, I love that Saturnian energy because it is stabilizing, and it does suggest that whatever's happening, and for you in particular, taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with communication, it has to do with expression and sharing, whether that's spontaneously or in a more formal setting, like perhaps media, perhaps teaching, Or this part of the sky can also connect to siblings, cousins, and neighbors. Well, whatever's happening there isn't necessarily a surprise. There seems to be stable progress being made, and you making choices and decisions that fuel a healthy sense of self-respect and also practical gains as well. This part of the sky has to do with synchronicity, which is being in the right place at the right time, meeting the right person, and it just makes all the difference. You're able to make these connections with what it is that you're understanding or you're perceiving. And that can be incredibly valuable to you, not only in the immediacy, but how it benefits the bigger and longer term picture of your life. In fact, you may find yourself in a random conversation with someone, and it could be just what you come to learn about yourself, but it could be much more practical as well in terms of real opportunity, but in some way it helps you to feel more stable about the future ahead. The other great thing about this particular energy is that there's a real sense here of you feeling more connected to your immediate environment. Good news related to siblings, cousins, and neighbors may find you where you feel like they are on a pathway towards greater security, stability, and success. And that can be very heartwarming for you as well. Now let's move on to the main event, right? The eclipse that's happening on the 30th. That really has such fascination and attention taking place for a lot of us right now. And that eclipse is very special. It is hand in hand with Uranus and is happening at the very top of your sky, having to do with career, social standing, life purpose. There is a measure of surprise, even shock. There's a measure of change and new opportunities or brand new beginnings that seem to come out of nowhere. Ultimately, with Uranus hand in hand with that eclipse, opportunities that come, yes, they themselves may be a surprise, but it feels like they leap you forward in a very dramatic way in some cases. But in other cases, this is going to be more related to authenticity, where you feel, in some cases, finally feel like your career path is lining up with some sense of a higher calling for your life. So you're leaping onward and upward. This could be energy that is very visible as well. This is the most visible part of the sky. And so you may find yourself reaching a whole lot of people very quickly or being seen by more people than before, if that's something that you're hoping for or going for. The thing is that under the light of this eclipse, on the same day, we have got a divine meeting in the sky of Venus and Jupiter. Now, this meeting is special for a few reasons. One of the main reasons that it is so special is the fact that Venus is at its exaltation degree. It is at a point in the sky out of 360 degrees that it most loves to be in, according to the ancients. And it is there that it will meet Jupiter. Now, this meeting is taking place with Neptune nearby as well in a part of the sky for you that has to do with wealth. It has to do with your understanding of transformation and change and your understanding of power and what you do to align with it. Now, this meeting can be profound, but it really can go either way. Because Neptune is so close by, I have to say, if you're looking to this conjunction of Venus and Jupiter under the light of the eclipse, and you're hoping that this translates to big financial opportunity along with career success, that's absolutely possible for you, yes. But you do want to be mindful, because with Neptune, the tides can come in, but they can go out as well. And so it's not necessarily the time to be taking big risks, big chances, especially with investments, for example. However, where it is that you're taking practical steps, but also staying open to inspiration, well, the universe at this time could align you with really big opportunities. Just as those big opportunities open up, it's a good idea not to then go into a whole lot of debt in order to take advantage of those opportunities. It should be something that feels more, that it has more of a flow, feels more organic to you in some way. But for all that, this can be a truly enjoyable time, a time where you feel more clear as to what wealth means for you, more in alignment with it, And along with that, feeling yourself in alignment with bigger opportunities than you have before. The fact that under the light of this incredible sky, you are also going to have Pluto slowing right down to a standstill, officially going retrograde just before the eclipse, about 2 days before, and will technically be retrograde, but essentially stationary, standing still in the sky at the height of its power. Well, it speaks to the transformative quality of this time for all of us out there. For you, it's Pluto standing still in the sky, in a part of the sky that has to do with your daily life, a part of the sky that has to do with your work-related life as well. So there are power moves and changes taking place in that realm. The key is to keep your eye on the prize, as they say, to keep looking onward and upward, to remember you might feel like the day and the busyness of a day job, for example, is calling for your attention, but it can also be these spaces that go through enough of a change because you are going for something bigger, you're going for something more, you're going for success of your definition. That's where a real sense of movement is taking place now. So keep your eye on the prize, as they say. Keep moving onward and upward. The opportunities that come now, they will have something to them that is karmic. They are part of aligning you with a higher, more loving vision for your life. And so stay focused, but also stay open to inspiration. Now, where it comes to matters of love, I'm going right back to the most romantic day of the year. Venus meeting Jupiter. This is a part of the sky that, in addition to the things I mentioned, can also speak to profound bonding and vulnerability with another person. It can speak to catalyst moments in love. There isn't necessarily a whole lot of stick-to-itiveness to this energy, I have to say. It's very fluid, meaning that I'm not necessarily seeing whatever transpires now having a sense of stability. And yet, there is faith here that allows meaningful change to occur that lasts. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, well, look, I do think that mid-month with the full moon, you may be having key conversations with another person that feels very promising, that feels like there's long-term potential there. But you're going to get to some essential truth, some understanding as to what you really need to feel an authentic connection to another person. There may be somebody there as we get to the end of the month as part of this understanding. There may be a moment that feels like it has a whole lot of intimacy. Now, how far you go with that is always up to you to decide in light of your unique circumstances. But anyone new you meet as we get to the end of the month can serve as a catalyst towards more meaningful and sweeping changes, whether or not it's something that's meant to last. For those of you just starting to date somebody, what a powerful time this can be. When just starting to date someone, there's a real sense here of possibility, but there's also a sense here of getting to some essential, more emotional truth, if only for yourself, as we get to the end of the month. Something will transform. And with Venus meeting Jupiter, I feel like there's a sense of either feeling a profound vulnerability and bonding with this person, or realizing that what you are seeking is an authentic connection and that is not here. This can be very all or nothing, but regardless of what happens, you are very much at peace with what is changing now. And for those of you in an established bond, well, look, that energy of Venus and Jupiter may very well speak to your partner's income. There may be abundance coming in that regard. At the same time, though, this energy invites you to be more vulnerable to your partner, to feel closer to your partner as well, as you two share and bond more deeply. For a very small percentage of Leos out there, if it is that you know you're not in the right relationship for you, it is going to be that meeting of Venus and Jupiter with Neptune close by as well, that is going to infuse you with the faith to make the change that you likely have been ready to make for a while, allowing the energy at the end of the month to be a deeply transformative moment having you go in a different direction. What I love about this month for you, well, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say the eclipse. The eclipse is a very big deal. I think that really is the star of the show for a month like this. That eclipse is set to accelerate your pathway towards greater success. For some, it may bring a moment of uncertainty or chaos before you find your bearings. But for others, it'll be absolutely thrilling how it is that Leos are ready to leap onward and upward towards a higher, more loving vision for your life. Well, thank you so much for watching. And I want to send a shout out to the sponsor of this month's horoscope videos, Miracle Manifester hoodies.com. I have absolutely loved wearing these sweatshirts. I'll tell you, these sweatshirts are such incredible quality. I don't think I've ever worn a sweatshirt of this good quality before in my life. The embroidery is so incredible. So the quality really stands out to me. And the people behind the brand really are so authentic. They truly believe in the vision and mission, which is about helping you to affirm that you can create miracles in your life. And they have their shirts filled with positive energy, infused with positive energy that you absolutely feel when you wear it. I can say for myself, that's for sure. And so I hope that you will check them out, miraclemanifestorhoodies.com, and use the code Nadiya at checkout for a discount. Link is in the description below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy. Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there.